Or if it's just because I'm sick, but like, bitches, I'm like, do you guys remember when I would first start live streaming? Like, I'm just full on sweating. Hello, hello. I feel like a pastor. I feel like a pastor in church right now. I'm sweating like a whore in church. Bitch. Hi. Hold on. So I'm sick. That's why I'm here right now. So obviously that was a clickbait title. So I'm on, like, I got discharged for medical reasons, but I am going back. And when I go back, I start where I left off. I have a fever. I don't know what my fever currently is, but it's not gone. I thought it was gone because I've been like sleeping, but now that I like got up and blow dried my hair and started moving around, I can like, I just feel really like lethargic. I didn't go to the doctor yet. I was laughing. Hello, cakes. I was laughing because I didn't go to the doctor yesterday because I was too sick to go to the doctor. Okay, so there's a lot that I want to say, but like, since I'm going back there are certain things I'm not gonna, I don't know. I didn't go to the doctor yet. I'll find out later. There are certain things I'm not gonna say because I'm not trying to incriminate myself or others or, completely, spread negativity about the place I am. The truth is, I miss it already. I look forward to going back. That's all I can really say. So I will be going back. I just have to get cleared by a doctor. Can I start by addressing something really quickly? I'm not going to spend this whole thing like addressing negativity or hate. Like when the day I left, someone did a damn it Danny did reaction to my video, right? And I was like watching it as I was getting ready to leave. And there were some people, like obviously people are going to have negative comments to say about me. Nikki, I am in a drug rehab. It's okay. I don't care about the haters. You don't have to defend me. I can speak for myself. I appreciate it though. Where I'm at is a dual purpose. They deal with mental health issues and drug rehabilitation. It's all in one place. I'm going to stay focused and then I'll get into it. No, damn it, Danny didn't say anything bad, but there were a few things that people were saying. Like, for instance, number one, a few people were saying that, I was pretending to have some type of problem for sympathy, or people were saying like I should have dealt with my mental health issues before I ever had children. People are saying I should have never had kids if I had mental health problems. People said, oh, you curled your hair, there's no way you could be depressed. Not just for me, but for anyone. You never know who is struggling. And don't ever be ashamed to get help. Don't ever be ashamed to get help. Your life is not a pre-planned roadmap. It's not. You don't know where it's going to go. And yes, you could do certain things that would have projected you forward in a better way, but all you could do is choose one day that you don't want to be that way anymore and try to do better. That's all I could really say. You want me to explain a little bit like what the place is like? After I get out, I'll explain more about like specific people or like, incidents or like funny things that have happened, but I don't want to, okay. I don't know where to start. So basically this. So we wake up at like 4:30 in the morning and then we take our medication. So I'll start with that. Let's pause there. One of the main reasons why I wanted to go to the facility I'm going to is because, so when I first got there, I was only on Latuda. Let me stay focused and ignore the chat. No offense. Okay, so the main reason why I wanted to go to this place is because like it takes so long, like on the outside to get the medication I was needing, and my mental health was at a severe, rapid decline. I wouldn't say I was suicidal because I don't want to die. I didn't want to die. I didn't want to end my life, but I wanted to disappear. I wanted to fall off the face of the earth. I wanted to just like fade away. But did I want to kill myself? No, but what's the difference? Do you know what I'm saying? And if I felt that way for a month, what's going to happen to me the next month? I don't know where I would be the next month. So that is why, I had to do something very quickly. So anyway, they get you on medication like the first day. So during intake, there's like lots and lots of like interviews. And then by the time you see the doctor, thank you, Taco Bella. By the time you see the doctor, he already has like, your medical records and has read, all the information about you. So then, I was in there for about an hour. Do you guys want to know what I'm on? I don't mind sharing. I don't know if you're interested in that at all. My diagnosis is bipolar and anxiety. Latuda is a mood stabilizer for bipolar disorder. He said my symptoms, well, you guys all see it. He said my symptoms of ADHD are most likely, I don't delete my lives, girl up. Hi, Spider Rico. He was saying my ADHD is most likely mania, which if you look at my videos, I'm definitely manic. And I think also when I'm on live stream, like when I get anxious, it fuels my mania. Does this make sense? So then I get like more impulsive, more erratic, and it just builds up like a snowball rolling down a hill. And before I know it, I'm like fully out of control. You know what I'm saying? But I'm very much still myself. Like, if you think I'm this, like, I'm not, like, I've made a lot of changes already. Yeah, I think the fact my mania, looking back at it, is really obvious. So right now I am sick. So like, I'm very tired. I know you love it, but I have to do, I have to care for my mental health as well. You know what I'm saying? So right now I'm very sick. So if I seem like really slowed down or something, that's probably why. I just feel like shit. Like right now, the back of my hair is just like sweat. But taking a shower and stuff, I felt better. I don't know Doot yet. So you guys want to know what I'm on? This is gonna get just as it was before. I will say this. I'm trying to muffle it because I don't want to touch the mute on my phone every second because it's gonna make the phone drop. My tripod is locked in the basement, so I'm just like balancing you on candles. Where do I begin? It's okay, Otanky. I'm fine, Otanky. I don't mean to be rude, but like I understand my own mental health. I'm not looking for people's I'm not really looking for people's advice because I'm seeking the advice of professionals. Okay. So right now, I'm not on anything for my sickness because I haven't gone to the doctor yet since I've been sick. I'm just taking ibuprofen and I'm taking like dollar store brand Robitussin. It's working pretty good. No offense, I don't mean that in a bad way. Yeah, I'm gonna start there, but I'm gonna start with the medication. I went to rehab for my mental health, but I will say this is, while I wasn't, so I have an addictive personality and I've been an addict most of my life. Now that presents itself in many different ways. I've struggled with alcohol. When I was younger, I used to do cocaine. I've struggled with Adderall. One thing that's never left me is my eating disorder. And if I'm binging or if I'm bulimic, that's not clean, sober, or safe. So, even social media is an addiction. So I was really like, okay, the last month, almost 2 months, like you saw that I disappeared off of YouTube. I was not like leaving my house. I was just like staying in the dark in the basement, like waiting for every day to pass. That's like where it was at. Okay, so we'll start. So for all you that don't know this, like for years I've worked grave shift. So I'm nocturnal. Now at this place, you wake up at 4:30 in the morning and you go to bed at 11 p.m. So for nighttime, I take half a trazodone. I would tell you more about that. I'll tell you after it works very quickly. Like within 15, I had to reread the same book over and over because once the trazodone hits, like I'll still keep reading and then I'll randomly fall asleep and I can't remember the page I read before I went to bed, like the last few pages. So we got our trazodone for bed. A lot of these pills are gonna have a little story with it. Now this is an antibiotic and you say, oh, Jessica, do you have bronchitis? Do you have pneumonia? No, bitch. Do you remember how, I think it was back when I was dyeing my daughter's hair. Do you remember when I stepped on a fucking piece of glass, a broken candle? Do you remember this? So, does anybody remember this? And I had blood footprints all over the floor. Yeah, love that for me. So, like glass lodges itself like in your foot or whatever, and then it like eventually comes out. So, mind you, like a month later, it looks like not like a pimple, but you could tell something was trying to come out of my foot. And walking on it every day hurt so bad because you could feel like the glass like just under the surface. So it was just driving me nuts. Did I call a doctor? No, because obviously we're not normal. So what I did is one of my friends that I made in there, what we did was we burnt a cuticle cutter. We hand sanitized the cuticle cutter. We hand sanitized my foot, and we did surgery in the common room. It was funny because like first she was like, I don't see nothing. There's nothing there. And like I'm biting a towel, and then she's like, hold on, let me get my glasses. And she came out with like these little spectacles and dug all in my foot. And then what came out was like 2 grains of sand. Like it was like the size of like 2 grains of sand. but it felt better. For like 2 days, I was like, oh my God, like, you know how like a oyster makes a pearl? Like that's what I felt like it was doing. And like, I felt relieved, right? I felt relieved that I was out. Bitch, then, so there's no blood, nothing come out of it, but it felt like I was walking on a gumball because my foot had got an abscess on the inside of it, because apparently you're not supposed to do surgery to yourself in rehab with fucking dirty cuticle cutters. Like, not a good look. So yeah, this is the antibiotic for my foot. Yeah, my foot be making pearls, bitch. So this is for my foot. And I only took it like 2 days and it felt better, like, already. All right, if anybody, now let me tell you something. If any of you want to tell me about any of these pills I'm taking, please tell me, because I have no access to research them. Like, I literally got no information on this medication. The doctor assigned it. He said, try it. If you feel weird, let me know. I'll see you in a week. Like, bada bing, bada boom. I don't know what the fuck. Like, I was given no literature on this medication. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, the first one is Vistaril, Vistaril, Vistaril. I take, so basically all of my medications, I take 3 times, like small doses, 3 times a day. All right, so he told me the Vistaril is for anxiety. So my whole phone screen just turned white, I'm sorry. So Vistaril, I was told, is for anxiety. And he said I don't need to take it every single day. I just need to take it on days that I'm anxious. However, so there's no narcotics, like there's no Xanax, there's no nothing like that there. So most of my things say anxiety, and certain cravings as well. But yes, I take it as needed, but I'm telling you, I need it more so than not there, because I am not used to being around so many people. So even though I enjoy the environment I'm in, I'm very overstimulated, which leads me to being very anxious. And there's a lot of like, there's, we're not watching TV. We're not on the phone. I'm just surrounded by a lot of people, hearing voices, like people talking constantly. It's like a big swirl and it's very overstimulating. So like, this just helps me feel like more settled, I guess. But I don't think I will constantly be taking that. Like some things I don't plan on taking after I leave there. You know what I mean? I'll assess it as I go along. Baclofen, couldn't even tell you what the fuck that is. I have, okay, so this is the one, I thought the gabapentin was for pain. My back hurts so bad because of how much weight I gained. And now I'm doing like a lot more physical activity, like where our dorms are not the same as the school. So it's just like a lot more than I'm used to. And I'm having very bad back pain. This and the gabapentin, he said that the baclofen and the gabapentin are both for my back. Ibuprofen, that's just like as needed. Like I got my period while I was there. The gabapentin, he said gabapentin is like a mixed bag that helps with so many things. Like he was saying that like gabapentin, I forgot what it was designed for, but like it could be used in so many different cases. And he just thought it would like be beneficial for me to be on. I'm doing okay, Courtney. Melatonin. I don't always need to take the trazodone. Like last night I didn't take trazodone because like I'm getting more on a schedule, but I like to take it there because like it's black. Like when the lights are out, the lights are out. I have a book light now actually, but like just laying there in the dark and silence was like a lot for me. It was like causing a lot of anxiety. I already told, one is missing because I ran out before I left. I'm on Caplyta. Thank you, Diane. Caplyta is a relatively new bipolar medication. The doctor is, but I don't feel sedated. So like you could think I'm sedated, but when I'm not sick, I'm very much myself. But the thing is like, I feel slowed down a little bit because I'm used to being so like, I'm used to my thoughts racing. I'm used to my thoughts constantly racing, saying the first thought comes into my mind, doing the first thing that comes into my mind. And I don't feel that way anymore. So I feel a little bit slowed down to a degree, but I feel a lot more normal. But am I on probably too much medication? Do I need 3 things for anxiety long-term? Probably not, no. But like I could work on that towards the end of it. I feel calmer. I feel a lot more, who, Courtney? Hold on, I'm hot. No, this is not my first diagnosis for bipolar. So sometimes I don't take, sometimes I feel drowsy from certain of the medications. So sometimes I don't take, like I'm trying to figure out which is the one that's making me drowsy. First of all, it could be the trazodone because trazodone says like allocate, sorry, I'm hot. I plan to stay medicated as long as I need to be. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know on my plans for the future. I don't think I'm always going to need this much medication, you know? But I'm just starting from square one. Like, I'm starting from square one. I don't really feel that drowsy, though, is the whole thing. It's like, probably, like, I think it shows how manic I really was, because I really don't feel that drowsy. Oh, but what I was trying to say is, like, most sleeping pills, I'm not tapering any, okay, I don't mean to be rude, but I don't want any medical advice. Like, I'm seeing professionals. I'm literally on an inpatient facility. So, like, if you want to discuss it, it's fine, but, like, I'm going to be handling my own type of situation. You know what I'm trying to say? But it basically... Okay, good. So help your patients. I feel a lot more chill and focused, but I feel like shit also because I'm sick. Hold on. But in general, I feel much better, and I feel much better being around people again. You know, it was a lot to take in at first. So anyway, so now that's my medication. Why is your name Courtney Clark? Say something only you and I would know then, Courtney Clark. Her last name is not enough. People are fucking creepy and find out anybody's information. I want her to say something that only me and her would know. What else about you? The dreads is not enough. Anybody could find her social media or something. All right, hold on. Okay, who yelled at the cafeteria when someone had a pain? When someone had a pain, who stood up in the cafeteria and started screaming? When someone had a pain, who stood up at breakfast and started screaming like a maniac? Okay, oh my God, it's Alicia. Alicia, why are you? Alicia, bitch. Someone from the Rehab is in the chat. Okay, so Courtney Clark really is from the Rehab. Bitch, hi. You left or you snuck somebody's phone? Suspicious of what? This is so funny that you're watching. I love Alicia, by the way. Alicia, she's hilarious. You left? How's it going back at home? Are you being good? I did delete like 100 and something people out of the Discord before I left. Alicia, I'm going back. Thank you. Let me tell you this story really quickly. So I can't say the names. So like I randomly got sick. Yeah, I'm going back. I'm definitely going back. I just can't go back while I have fever. So let me explain the quick story of my current discharge, because it was like problematic. I was like screaming and crying. I suddenly got like really sick. So mind you, there's people with bronchitis, people with pneumonia. Yes, we're supposed to wear masks the whole time, but we don't always. Like, we sit at little tiny tables to eat. Like, we don't always have masks on, right? I don't know what I have. Like, who knows? Who knows what any of us have? And never mind. Hold on. Let me not incriminate myself or other people by accident. I miss you too, Alicia, so much. So I'm randomly getting sicker and sicker. It's Thanksgiving. They did cook us a nice Thanksgiving meal. The food was good, but I just felt like shit, so I didn't really enjoy it. But then that night, like, the sweat started. But like when I have a fever, I feel really cold, but my whole body feels like pins and needles, and like my lower back, like my coccyx where I broke it. So I'm feeling sick, but my back is aching is the worst thing. So like it makes every joint, like all places where I already have pain, it's like exacerbated when I have a fever. So like I was just like tossing and turning because my back hurt and going from hot to cold, hot to cold, hot to cold. And then you still have to go like to your classes every day. I'm like sweating, but you still have to go to school. So then it took a lot, like everything I had in me to just get in the water at first, because like the water hurts. But I finally got ready, but then I like didn't take it anymore in school because like the ache, I was like freezing. So then everybody's like, just go down to the doctor. Now you're supposed to wait for them to call you to the doctor, but everybody's like, just go. But the doctor said that they wouldn't see me. So like I was like just pouring sweat. So I just went in a corner in a hallway and, okay, Rick, yeah, I'm not going back to rehab. I'm lying. I love this attention so much. I'm not going back to rehab. You don't fucking know me. So I just like sat in a corner to cry a little bit before I went back to my class, because like I just didn't know what to do. But then a lady came up to me and she was like, we're going to have the doctor see you. So he took my temperature and he said I had a fever. Now this is where it gets complicated. So hear me out in this. The doctor said this. I was like, I don't want to go. I don't really like, I'm not trying to leave the program, right? So he said, all right. He said he's going to send an email to like the CEO or something like that. He's going to send an email out because it was the weekend. It was Friday. I don't know. He said he was going to email somebody to see if they would approve me getting a test. And then he said, if they respond back and I can choose to stay, but I'll still have to participate in everything. However, I will, get cough medicine and Tylenol, but I would have to like wait to see if I get the test. So I was just like waiting in the room, but like there was no blanket or anything. And I'm just like sweating and coughing. And then I was like, I can't even wait anymore. So then I was like, I need medicine. Like, can someone just give me like ibuprofen? Can somebody get me a blanket? And they were like, no, we can't give you any of that. Like, if you want that, you have to go to the hospital. And I was like, I don't think I need to go to the hospital. Like me, mind you, in an ambulance because they don't have transportation. So at first I was like, I don't need to do that. But then I was laying there for like a couple hours and I couldn't even take it anymore. So I was like, you know what? Fine, call them. I'll go to the hospital. But then when the EMTs showed up, I was like, they told me, oh, if you go to the hospital, you can't come back. So then I was like freaking out. I was like, oh my God, like this is what I literally said to the EMTs. I was like, you know what? There are people homeless on the street, freezing to death every night, right? But I can't make it laying in this room with no blanket. All right, you know what I mean? Unbannable Jessica Messica, in a month I could have killed myself. You don't know, so please keep your thoughts to yourself. If I need help, I need it just as much as the rest of anyone else. And if any of you need help, please get it. Thank you. Where was I at? So I did not go with the ambulance, right? But I said, am I going to get in trouble for not, going? And the EMT said, no. They said, you know, that's your choice. They were probably just trying to make me feel comfortable. They were just like, you know what? Like, if you do decide they have to call, you can come back. Like, he was like, a place can't punish you for going or not going. Like, this is your decision you want to make. So mind you, I think that they're saying if you wait, you could probably stay. But if you go with the EMTs, you cannot come back. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to stay and wait for the test. So I did not go with the EMTs. Yes, I was not, I couldn't make up my mind. I couldn't think clearly because I was going back and forth in my mind, struggling with this decision because I didn't want to leave. But then all of a sudden, the head lady in charge comes busting in my room and she started instantly yelling at me. Like, she was like, how dare you, Beth? I'm going with I understand whoever's trying to help me with my medication. I'm seeking professional help for my medication. I'm going to be going with doctors' opinions. So she comes in and she goes, I didn't ask them girl stuff. So she was just like, how dare you like refuse medical treatment? Like, you're just playing games with us. And she was like, you're demanding tests. And I was like, whoa. I said, first of all, I didn't demand anything. I said, can we talk to each other without you yelling? Because I think there's some type of misunderstanding, right? She's like, no, you're not going to tell me how this went. Like, I'm telling you. So then I did raise my voice. I said, if you give me a minute, I can explain what happened. If you know her, Alicia knows her. You're like, basically, you're not allowed to answer back to her. She instantly said to me, how do you know if they're helping me or not? This is one isolated situation because they're not here to help people with their cold or flu. That's not what they're here for. They've helped me with a lot of things, and I do think it's a good program. Is it perfect? No. Anyway, so now I started crying and yelling, right? And she's like, you know what? Now instead of getting medically discharged, you're going to be behaviorally discharged. So if you're behaviorally discharged, like, you can't come back until a period of time. Medical, I can go back as soon as I'm cleared. And I told her, I said, please, like, will you wait? So like, we could talk about this. But she just straight up walked out of the room. And yes, what I say is a place is like 50% jail, 50% summer camp. Like, anyway, I'll get into that more at some point. So I didn't know what to do. Like, I just like literally I started crying out to God. I was praying, like, and I just started crying into the hallway. Like, I was just I was like, I don't know what I did to her, like, meaning the lady. I was like, I don't know what I did to you, but I did not demand a COVID test. So I'm saying this in the hallway. I said I did not demand a COVID test. The doctor said this to her option. He just said, you know what? This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to email this person. He said all of this. I didn't demand anything. And if somebody told me in advance, like, hey, if you don't go with the EMTs, you know, we're going to have some type of issue that's considered refusing treatment. If I knew that, I would have just went with them. But I didn't know that. And then all of a sudden someone came into my room telling me I was completely blindsided when she came in the room yelling. So then I was just like crying, thinking I wasn't gonna be able to come back because like this place has been helping me. And it's not so much the place, it's like the people and certain things there. So I'll get into that more. So then I was just crying and praying, but then the nurse came up to me. I went to use the bathroom and I saw a couple people that I knew and I told them what was happening because I was like hysterically crying thinking I wasn't gonna be allowed to come back. There's a lot of inhumane shit, but I'm not getting into it because I'm going back there. They ended up saying like, okay, we'll just medically release you and you can come back. So I can go back. Like I said, I am going back there. So there's certain things I'm gonna refrain from saying because I'm not trying to drag a place that I'm going back into. Do you know what I'm saying? No, I was not court mandated to go anywhere. Although this place does help with mental health, I'll tell you what's most helpful for me from there. Okay. A lot of the people there are coming from detox. So these are people getting off of heroin or fentanyl, extreme alcohol. So they're coming straight from detox into this facility. So a lot of this is based on sobriety. Secondary is mental health. So if I want a place that focuses on mental health, I need to go somewhere different. But for the time being, this is a good choice for me. It's better than nothing because, like I said, I wouldn't know where I would be in another month. Do you know what I mean? Is the place nice? You could probably look it up online. No, we are not separated because of our issues. It's men on one side, women in the other, cafeteria in the middle. We stay in dorms. So each room has 6 bunk beds in it, and there's 12 girls, 1 bathroom. It's very simple. It's just like white walls, but it doesn't look, it doesn't like, it looks warm because, you know, my room was very calm, was a very calm room. The girls were very nice. Some of the other rooms, it's not like that. I'll get into that later, like when I'm no longer in the program. But, like, it's clean. There's no fancies. This is not, it doesn't matter, Otanki. People already know the name of the place. I don't care. Nobody can do anything to me. You think you can get in there? No, it's freaking locked. You can't get in. It is crowded, and I thought at first I was going to have an issue with it, but I needed that. The structure has helped me a lot with my depression. Being around other people has pushed me out of my comfort zone and exposed me to a lot of things. I mean, probably COVID. You know, there's the stories we share with one another. First of all, you never know how many people you have things in common with. And everybody there, we have like probably the same root causes of a lot of things. We just all take it to different levels or express it in different ways. But there's definitely a commonality. And it's like a twisted ass, like a sick family at times. Correct. Like I said, I'm very fortunate that my room in particular was very calm. There's like 2 other bathrooms out in, I'm not going to leave with PTSD. I don't feel stressed out by it because I was living in isolation for so long that I needed it. The things that a lot of people hate about that place are what I needed in the moment. Do I think Girl World made me sick? No, I don't. So I know I normally don't address this, but like, I understand that I'm going to get upset, but I'm going to say this because I'm learning a lot there. And one of the things is if you can't let yourself feel something, then you can't heal from it. Okay. And I don't disagree with what a lot of people have to say about my parenting, but wasn't doing the right things. I was not okay. I am still not okay. I'm working on myself and I hope to become a better person and become the person I should be. And that's all I can really say about that. But I know I did make a lot of wrong choices. And I know who I once was as a person. You guys never even got to see. No, this is different. Yeah, Alicia. You guys never got to see me when I was okay. Like the whole time I've been on YouTube, like you got when I first started, like on you, like even when I was like modding in Nader's chat, I do need to, first of all, I did see my family, but I'm not really even supposed to because I didn't get tested for anything yet. But I'm not gonna sit here. I'm not gonna come back to. I get distracted easily by like reading. I don't think everybody that says negative things about me is what was I saying? I don't remember what I was saying. Like you guys, okay, this is what I was saying is like when you first ever heard of me on like YouTube, like when I was like modding in Nader's chat, right? My alcoholism was really bad at that point, like, and then I stopped drinking, but I started isolating a lot more. Like you guys have never seen me for who I really am. You've only seen me like me on my bad days. You know what I mean? I've had periods of time in my life where my mental health was much more in check. I was a much healthier person. I was in a whole different, like, I'm going to find that person again. I'm going to find her again. That's all you can do. Like, I could, like, obviously I don't deny what I've done and I need to feel the guilt and I need to feel the shame of what I've done because I don't want to ever end up in the same place again. So you have to acknowledge it, but I can't do anything other than try not to do it anymore and try to do better. That's all I can really say. I'm not shaming myself, but you can't live in denial either. You can't live in denial of it either. You have to accept so we wake up at like 4:30 in the morning. I'll try not to go off topic, so I'll just stick with like the daily schedule. So you wake up at like 4:30 in the morning. You go in the med line to get your medications. You take your own pills, like they put them out in front of you. You sign the paper, you take all your pills. You can choose not to take them. Like I said, sometimes I go through and I try to figure out which one is making me feel a certain way. Then there's a lot of cigarette smoking. Do you guys remember SGM when he was drunk talking about Ronnie? He smokes cigarettes day in and day out. What does he say? From sunrise to sunset, he's smoking cigarettes. That's what we do. We smoke a lot of cigarettes there. What if this is just from smoking cigarettes? Like, yeah, from sun up to sundown. Speaking of Alicia, I'll tell you what though, you can get a pack of rollies for $3. Let me stay focused, okay? Let me say, it's like a time killer and hold on. Should have been born a chimney. All right, you take your medication. Then they call coffee. What is coffee? Coffee is hot water, access to a milk machine, and decaf coffee, bitch. The coffee's fucking decaf. Like, do you understand how excited I was when I was like, they have coffee here? Like, I was like, oh my God, thank you, Jesus. We're waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning. There's coffee. No, plot twist. It's fucking decaf, bitch. So that was sad. All right. Then at 6 o'clock in the morning is breakfast. During days of the week, breakfast is, so you know, like a cup of cereal, like a plastic cup of cereal. You get one of those, but we save that to eat like later. You get a plastic cup of cereal. You get 2 hard-boiled eggs, toast. You could pick an apple or an orange or banana, cottage cheese and yogurt, and then like hot oatmeal. And then for lunch during the week, so that's breakfast. After breakfast, at 9 o'clock, that's when school starts. School is like basically if you have a special diet, they will accommodate it. You just have to make it known. So 9 o'clock school starts. So near the end, there are no visits. So then the school program is down the road. So you could walk to it. You could take like a van. They do like 6 trips of this van, but it's like down the road. It's like a big building with a bunch of different rooms in it. So they offer like different types of therapy. So there's like every day you go to group therapy. You also see, they call them teachers, but they're kind of like different types of therapists or clinicians. So like you go into their room and they'll talk about like healthy boundaries or, recognizing emotion, identifying only cigarettes. Vapes are not allowed, but vapes are contraband and they do heavily exist within there. There's music therapy, art therapy. Now, you may think that this is not fantasy. I mean, fantasy. What the fuck am I talking about, bitch? This is not fancy. All right, so they divide us into groups. So at school, the men and women are mixed together at school. And we're divided into these groups based on who is our group therapist, like our clinician. So then don't watch my fucking live stream, Unbannable. Like, you're here every single time I'm live. Like, you don't come here then. So there's like, it's not fancy. This is what I was trying to say. It is not fancy. So like music therapy, what that's about is like mostly like identifying your emotions, connecting your emotions to your triggers, things like that. Then there's art therapy. A lot of it is like very basic thinking that somehow we lose. Not everybody, but it's like these simple things that we all should be doing. These basic principles that you're teaching yourself again, that you're remembering to apply. Like, yes, it's no different. Like, I remember when I was institutionalized when I was a teenager, and if I read that diary, and it's the same as it is here, because I'll talk about that in a minute. Okay. So it's very basic principles that somehow, whatever your affliction is, whatever your illness is, like we choose or are unable to apply any longer, that we need to, put back into. No, there is no fraternizing around. There's no fraternizing of any type allowed. So woman to woman, man to man, male to woman, no. People probably, like I said, I'm not going to incriminate anything. People probably do things. People might do things. I didn't do any things. I may or may not have passed notes, but I want to get into that more in a minute. So then at school, we have a couple programs, then we have lunch. Lunch is always, yes, kites. They're called kites. You're right, Kate. So after I tell you the schedule, I'll get into some more details on some other things. So then you have lunch. Lunch is always a cold sandwich, a pudding cup, an apple, and like a half of a Nature Valley bar. The sandwich, so you like, people are fighting over the sandwich flavors. So does anybody, I like insane amounts of weird details. So this is what you're gonna get from me, sorry. It's like pastrami, you love it or you hate it. Sketchy meat to me, I'm not. There's ham, I don't really fuck with ham. There's turkey, but everybody wants the fucking salami. Everybody wants the salami. People are fighting over the salami. Alicia may or may not have had like a hookup. So Alicia had some like boiled eggs, some random things, possibly. All right. So I'll get into this more in a second. So then after lunch, you have more programs. So from 9 to 3, you're at the school program. Then you go back to the dorms. When you get back to the dorms, it's count. So literally they count to make sure everybody's accounted for. Then there's coffee and mail. Again, decaf coffee, mail. Then afternoon medication. Then after afternoon medication is like some free time. 5 p.m. is dinner. Then 7:30 p.m. is NA or AA meetings. I alternate NA or AA. It is not mandatory, but I did go to almost everyone until the last few days when I started feeling sick. Like I just thought I was tired and I wasn't sure if I was depressed or what was wrong with me, but then I ended up getting really sick. So that kind of makes sense. Then after NA, you just have to stay in your room. If you don't go to NA or AA, you just have to stay in your room and be quiet. And then after there's like free time, then starting at 9:45, they do night meds, but it takes a really long time to get through the meds. So like if your room is the last one being called, you go from meds to lights out. So 11 o'clock, lights are out. On the weekends, you have until 12. And there is like a common room, but there's like one TV. Like I don't really watch football. I didn't have my glasses, so I didn't watch like a lot of TV, but I did like socialize and try to spend time outside of my room. Surprise. No, you cannot have a phone. You can use a phone. It looks like a payphone and you have 2 10-minute windows. Yeah, but a lot of people go like, oh, it's jail, but it's like, hi, spooky. I didn't like, what do you think it's going to be? It's like a Husky D rehab. It's not a hotel. You know what I mean? Cinnamon, I think what they're trying to teach you is like, no matter how you feel, you have to get up. Correct. When I call it a summer camp. So there's a lot of people that have been to these places 20 times there, you know? I don't really have anything to compare it to, but the people that have been to other facilities say that this place is low bar. What I need at the moment, it's giving me it. But I do know that afterward, I'm going to definitely need to go into like therapy more to like talk about my personal issues, because there's nobody that we talk to. Like you could talk in NA or AA or group therapy, but there's no one-on-one work with a therapist. Like about I have a lot of, I don't even like to admit it. Okay. So here's the thing you have to realize is like trauma is relative. Okay. So when you go to NA and AA, or if you go to a place like the one I was at, like I was around people that have been through so much more than me, but that doesn't mean that my trauma is not valid either. Like we're just at different, spots of the road. And I do not feel guilty for taking such an extreme approach, because this could be my one and done. I needed something. I see what Accountable Messable is saying, but I don't feel the need to like overly explain why I chose to go there. Like just trust me when I say I needed it. I don't think I have a low stress threshold. I used to, I don't know how to explain it. Tell it, don't even worry. They're just no matter what I say, they're going to contradict me. That's what they like to do. All right. So, I grew up homeless as a child. I had an issue with, physical sexual abuse as a child. My mom, I'm going to move along because I'm not trying to really talk about people. Then the death of my great aunt who like took care of me when my parents couldn't at times, she passed away. My father passing away, I did have like an abortion that I basically pretended never happened. A lot of bullying, the eating disorders. Then I was in very abusive relationships, physically and mentally abusive relationships for most of my adulthood that I never dealt with. Like I haven't been to therapy I've been unchecked for way too long. So I do understand. Do you know what I'm saying? Like there's just like a lot of things that you might be used to like stuffing down within yourself, but they don't go away. They don't go away. Do you know what I'm saying? Those things don't go away. But there's a lot of people that have been through worse than me. Okay, so what was this question? Do you think YouTube exacerbates? No. YouTube is a mirror, whether you like it or not. Yeah, I've definitely made a fool of myself on here, but I was making a fool of myself off here. Like I wasn't doing the right things anyway. Do you know what I mean? So it's like a mirror. It helped me be social at a certain point. I don't know how to describe it. I don't know, but I don't think it exacerbated anything, but it just showed me it. It showed me it. Like undeniably, bitch, you got problems. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I have no accountability. I want everybody to fix my problems. No, Marie, I don't think there's any excuse for my decisions, because like I said, people have had much worse upbringings or more severe trauma than I have, and they turned out much better or went further in life. But I can't go off of other people. Correct, Cherries. My main goal was for stabilization, and I'm talking about one and done. So what I meant is this, is like, I don't want to be someone that is a revolving door. So what do they tell you in AA? It's either AA or NA. People with unchecked addiction or mental health issues or whatever you want to call it, wherever you end up, jails, institutions, or death. Jails, institutions, or death. I don't want that to be me. I don't want to be a bad mom. I don't want to be a bad person. I want to be a successful person. And yes, when I leave this place, I know I'm going to continue to need therapy. I did what I felt like I needed to do at the moment. I know it. Yes, it is, because nobody can tell you, listen, no matter where you go or what you do, right? The only person that can change your life is you. So people can give you tools, advice, regimen, stability, medication, right? But if you don't apply any of it, it's not going to work, which is what I've been told my whole life. But you have to come to a point where you decide to use the tools. Like, you just have to fucking use it. It's that simple. You use it or you don't. And if you don't use it, you end up back where you always were, and probably worse each and every time. Some people, it takes them a lot more to realize it. Oh, I don't care. Oh, I'm gross. Man, what's new? You must be new here. You must be new here. This is how it works. Okay, so you could receive letters. Like, anybody could write me a letter. But, like, my mom lives close to the establishment. So she thought, like, for instance, last year I was skinny, so I don't have, like, a winter coat or, like, random shit like that. So my mom thought she would be able to, like, drop off things as needed. You can't. Once you're in the facility, other than the stuff you bring with you, you have to get it shipped directly from Amazon. So, like, my mom can't put coffee, like, you can have instant coffee, shelf-stable creamers, but somebody can't drop that off, or my mom can't put it in a box and send it to me. It all has to come straight from Amazon, or it can come from Walmart, but it has to be, like, in-store Walmart. It can't be from the Walmart website. And the craziest thing is there's so many people that come in with absolutely nothing at all, and they do not accept any type of clothing donations, correct? There's people straight in off the street. But yeah, so we all just have to come together to try to donate stuff. I'm bigger than most people there. There's definitely is contraband. No, they don't take your shoelaces. I was surprised at, like, my body was not checked when I entered. But I gave my mom my jewel. I gave my mom a phone. I did not bring any contraband. The only thing I brought that you weren't allowed to have is flushable toilet wipes. One thing is, there are a lot of petty arguments. Like, I never saw anybody try to swing on anybody, but there are a lot of petty arguments that lead to, like, a lot of yelling or like lunging at people. But at the end of the day, we all still help each other. There's some petty theft. Like, there's some people that steal from their roommates and stuff. But, like, when we all get ready to go to school, like, we all lend each other hair gel. We all lend each other body wash. If someone comes in with nothing, like, I had extra deodorant, we all give it to a girl that needs, yeah, and the website lies. Like, okay, so, like, on the website, it says there's yoga, there's exercise, there's a gym, there's air hockey, there's swimming. Like, we don't get to use any of that. Thanksgiving, they did let us go to the rec room, but they usually only let the men there. Maybe it's because all the testosterone, they want to let the men work out and blow off steam or something. I don't know, but the women don't really have access to it. It doesn't matter, Storm. They'll just come back over and over. It might sound like a prison, but, like, no. You can get approved in LOA. Like, I had to get approved to go to the emergency room. Like, they can approve me to go to the eye doctor, and they have a car service, like, pick you up, or a worker drives you. The craziest thing to me is, so the men and women, like, obviously we interact with each other at school, but how do I explain this? Like, people are really thinking they're falling in love with people they've just seen in the hallway a couple times. Do you know what I mean? It's madness. It's madness. No, yeah, there are definitely some attractive men in there, but one of the main things is, like, why do two addicts or two people with mental health issues, why do they need to be in a relationship together? Please. If you are institutionalized, the last thing you should be doing is looking for love, period. Once I'm out, so I may have received a few kites, but I saved all of them, so I'll read them to you at some point, but I'm not going to do it now because you're not supposed to pass notes. So I allegedly may have received notes, and I will allegedly read you the notes once I'm no longer an inpatient. When I leave, I'm going to go to basically like a halfway house. So you get a job and they help like that way they're still like the same regimen and everything like that. And then I'll figure out my housing situation, which I'm working and everything. I'm not going back to my job. I'm starting. It's from the bottom. It's like a transitional living facility. Was I keeping up with Girl World? I don't know. How can I? I have no, there's no other YouTubers. People knew I had a YouTube channel because I brought up how I've fucking embarrassed myself on YouTube. I'm like reading the chat now. If anybody has any like random question. Beans is with one of my mom's coworkers. He's a guy. He has one cat that's much older. Beans is indoor, and the cats don't fight, but they don't play with each other because the old cat just isn't about that life. I spent Thanksgiving inside of the facility. Okay, so have any of my YouTube friends reach out to me? I don't know if people want me to say it or not, but I got 3 letters from people from YouTube. Because like in my Discord, I left the information like, no, I don't have Facebook. Alicia, I have no social media. I forgot what the question was. You want to go? You want to go on a journey, walking around real quick? All of my shit is in bags, but I could try to. Hold on. Okay, so I received 3 letters. Is anybody here, do they care if I say that you sent me a letter? I read 2 books while I was there. I read a book called Cut. Now I'm just saying random things. I read a book called Cut about a teenage girl who's an inpatient for self-harm. And I read like a book called Private. But I like to read like young adult novels. I just started reading a book called My Husband's Secret. Alicia colored me this. Oh, and somebody, so normally they don't allow it, but somebody, let me see if I have it. They packed up my stuff for me because once you have a fever, you can't go back in the facility. So like Alicia made me this. You want me to read it? She said, Jessica, just a freaking lady. E, enjoys getting pretty. S, sassy, sweet, intelligent, clowns around, angelic. We had to do like, this is what I wanted to tell you. You know how people allegedly have vapes in there? So like when workers come around, like everybody was like, oh, we need a code word. So guess what it is? Bitch, it's call Mike. We go call Mike. So then everybody's like, why call Mike? So then I tried to explain it. I was like, oh yeah, like when this guy was beating his girlfriend, like he told her to call Mike. But then it sounded like a really like awful story that like nobody understood the context of. Like it sounds like I think it's funny that people get beat. Somebody sent me soap from Trader Joe's, but it was in such a small envelope that they let me have it when normally they wouldn't. Hold on, I'm trying to put you. Because I'm trying to show something that I was sent. Bitch. I feel like I'm missing a bag of stuff. Like I was surprised that they were not allowed. Like I was like, oh, they're not gonna let me have my, like you can have your flat iron, you can have a blow dryer, you can have tweezers. They're not supposed to let you have nail polish, but a bunch of people have nail polish. I wanted more stuff like to do pedicures for people and stuff. A lot of the girls give massages. Like some people charge for it, but other people just like give massages to be nice. It might sound weird, but like, you know, it gets like a sleepover summer camp vibe, like on the weekends, and we're all stuck together. Like we, you know, straighten each other's hair, people braid each other's hair. There's an epidemic of white girls with box braids that I won't get into. I'm looking for a specific folder. This is the medication I'm on. This is the only literature I was able to find. Caplyta. So the doctor, like, I feel like he kind of just, like, throws medication out there, and, like, he definitely, like, pushes certain ones. So I think, like, he gets kickbacks. That's what everybody was saying. All right, hold on. I may or may not have a lot of... Okay. I found the 2 random things I want to show you. Does anybody know what time it is? Is it 1:30? I have to like clean up this setup I made in a little bit. Does anybody know what this is? If you're in the Discord, you might know what this is, bitch. It says, something interesting. You told me to write something interesting on the back. Yes, this is from Miami. We won't be flashing her. We won't be flashing her today, though. Sorry, guys. I wrote her like a 5-page letter. And then somebody else sent me a card. And somebody else wrote me another letter. Okay, so I have not watched anything about the girl world, but people, so like, basically, I don't know if you guys are, oh, hold on, let me show you some random thing I made. We had to like draw stuff that made us laugh, and like, YouTube makes me laugh, you know what I'm saying? But like, nobody knows what any of this stuff is, but like, what I was missing, this was like the first day I was there, and I was thinking about like Discord, because you guys have helped me through like a really rough mental patch, so thank you. This one says, shut up and leave. That's my alt account. For anybody, like I've already said this before, but when I was a VIB, I was shut up and leave. active garbage bag. Chantal said that one time. Thought that was funny. She had a garbage bag in her room. She was like, no, this is an active garbage bag. Of course, the call mic. And this one isn't Girl World related, but RIP Mobility Mary. If you know, then you know. She passed away, unfortunately. She actually was hit by a car, but it's a disability mobility. This is my favorite sticker that Miami sent me. Look. You guys know in Discord, you know that cat that Miami looks like in Discord? Like, this reminded me of it. This is just like a mood. This cat's a fucking mood. Does anybody have any random questions? Because I'm going to go in a minute. Because I made like this setup. I got papers everywhere and I need to like clean up my bags of shit. Yesterday, I just felt like I was dying. I did delete the shit. I deleted a bunch of people out of the Discord because like I was leaving and it needs to be like a safe spot. So no, my Discord is not open. Maybe when I'm back, like, we can invite more people back in, but like, no, I'm not going to drop a Discord link. I'm not adding or removing any more people, at least for now. Once I'm out of this program, like the next place I'm going, I can have a phone, I could live stream and everything like that. So I want to, I'm not saying you did anything wrong. I don't know what to say. I'm sorry. Like if you feel like you were wrongly removed from the Discord, honestly, not personal. I just only kept the real core active members. That way the people who feel comfortable sharing still feel comfortable sharing. Sorry, I don't mean to offend anyone. It is what it is for the moment. Again, like I said, I could readdress that in the future. How has rehab made me worse? Yeah, you can't get lower than rock bottom. You're right. And I fucking hit my rock bottom. Definitely hit my rock bottom. But there honestly, there's people there with an even lower rock bottom than mine. So by the grace of God, I just saw my kids yesterday, but I'm not even supposed to be around anyone. We had a sleepover actually, but you're going to judge me for that too. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to go in a minute, but what I want to say is one thing I really want to watch. Okay, so I am out of the loop. I'm completely out of the loop. People touched on it in some letters, but I want to know, I really want to watch the Breezin' Yo Mama interview. I know a bunch of you probably have already seen it, but that whole foodie, she has no significant SGM. Where the fuck is SGM? Like so somebody told me this. So basically there was like rumors that SGM might be in a treatment facility, but somebody told me that they could tell that he's been active on Instagram recently. I believe it was Instagram. Like he's read their messages, but hasn't replied to them. Maybe there are certain treatment centers where you're allowed to have a phone. I don't know. But listen, even if you don't go for inpatient, even if you just reach out and talk to a friend, even if you figure a way to get therapy, if you just explore the idea of improving your mental health, if you feel down, if you feel hopeless, if you feel just, but yeah, I want to know about the Breezy garlic situation. Foodie has no significant changes. I hope SGM is getting help. SGM as a person, I always enjoyed him as a person. I can't stop smacking my gum. I'm not aware that I'm doing it. I'm leaving in a minute anyway. You can leave now if you want to, sorry. All right. Thank you everybody for checking in. I'll be back over the next few days. Police calls. I don't know anything about this. Oh yeah, but do you guys want to watch the interview with me? You remember how I used to do it back in the day when I would just record the TV screen? All right, we'll do that. All right, I'll be back soon, okay? I don't know when. I don't know exactly what time. I'm live right now because my mom's at work. All right. I'll see all of you soon. Bye. Thank you for all the well wishes. And look there's people talking shit, but really look at the ratio of negativity to positivity, and there's a lot of positivity coming my way. So I just want to send that back to all you tenfold, and thank you so much. All right, I'll be back. Bye.